Welcome to the Daily Quiz Podcast. Today's category is entertainment. Let's get to it. Question 1. Tippi Hedren is best known for her lead role in which film? The answer is The Birds.
Tippi Hedren's role in The Birds was not only memorable for her acting, but also for the real-life horror she experienced on set. Director Alfred Hitchcock used live birds instead of mechanical ones, and during one scene, a bird actually clawed at Hedren's eye, causing her to suffer a scratched cornea. Despite this traumatic experience, Hedren continued to work with Hitchcock on another film before ultimately breaking ties with him due to his inappropriate behavior towards her.
Question 2. In a 1976 release, who wanted to fly like an eagle? The answer is Steve Miller Band.
The Steve Miller Band's hit song Fly Like an Eagle was actually inspired by a book called Small Arcs of Larger Circles by E.F. Schumacher. The book discusses the idea of seeing the world from a different perspective and soaring above life's challenges like an eagle. The song became a huge success, reaching number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart in 1977.
Question 3. This was the first 3D film. The answer is Buona Devil.
Buona Devil, released in 1952, was the first 3D film that sparked a craze for the technology. The movie was based on the true story of 2 man-eating lions that killed railway workers in Kenya. It was so popular that people would wait in long lines just to see it and even brought their own cardboard glasses to save money.
Question 4. What was Daffy Duck's usual closing line? The answer is You're despicable.
Daffy Duck's signature closing line "You're despicable" was actually inspired by a scene from the 1945 film The Lost Weekend. In the movie, actor Ray Milland's character says the same line to himself in a mirror after realizing his alcoholism has ruined his life. The phrase became so popular that it eventually made its way into Daffy's vocabulary and became one of his most iconic catchphrases.
Question 5. What was Eddie Murphy's character name in Beverly Hills Cop? The answer is Axel Foley.
Did you know that Eddie Murphy's character name in Beverly Hills Cop was originally supposed to be Axel Beck? However, during filming, Murphy improvised and changed the last name to Foley after seeing a nearby Foley's department store. The change stuck and Axel Foley became one of Murphy's most iconic roles.
Question 6. He directed The Godfather. The answer is Francis Ford Coppola.
Francis Ford Coppola, the director of The Godfather, faced numerous challenges during the film's production. The studio initially didn't want Marlon Brando to play Vito Corleone, and Coppola had to fight for him. Additionally, Al Pacino was a relatively unknown actor at the time and had to audition multiple times before being cast as Michael Corleone. Despite these obstacles, The Godfather went on to become one of the most iconic films in cinematic history.
Question 7. What is the name of the rabbit in the film, Bambi? The answer is Thumper.
Thumper, the lovable and energetic rabbit in Bambi, was originally supposed to be a minor character with only one line. However, his popularity with test audiences led to him being given a larger role in the film. Thumper's iconic foot thumping was actually inspired by the sound of a metronome used by animators to keep rhythm while drawing his movements.
Question 8. Who is James Bond's recurring foe? The answer is Ernst Stavro Blofeld.
Ernst Stavro Blofeld, James Bond's recurring foe, is known for his iconic appearance of a bald head and a white Persian cat. However, due to copyright issues with the original author of the character, Blofeld was absent from Bond films for over 40 years until he made a surprise return in 2015 Spectre portrayed by Christoph Waltz.
Question 9. What are the names of Donald Duck's nephews? The answer is Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Did you know that Huey, Dewey, and Louie were originally created as supporting characters in the Donald Duck comic strip? They made their debut in 1937 and quickly became fan favorites. Interestingly, their names are a play on words. They sound like Huey, Dewey, and Louie when said quickly together.
Question 10. How many strings are there on a violin? The answer is 4.
Did you know that the 4 strings on a violin are named after their pitch? The thickest string is the G string, followed by D, A, and E. Interestingly, the strings are not all made of the same material. Traditionally, gut was used for all 4 strings, but nowadays many players use synthetic or steel strings.
Question 11. Who was C-3PO's sidekick in Star Wars? The answer is R2-D2.
Did you know that R2-D2 was actually played by a person inside the robot suit? Actor Kenny Baker was only 3 feet 8 inches tall and had to squeeze into the cramped space to bring the beloved droid to life. Despite his small stature, Baker also played in Ewok in Return of the Jedi.
Question 12. What musical instrument did Jack Benny play? The answer is violin.
Jack Benny was not only a comedian but also a talented violinist. He started playing the instrument at the age of 6 and continued to play throughout his life. In fact, he often incorporated his love for music into his comedy routines, making him one of the most beloved entertainers of his time. Benny's famous catchphrase "well" was even inspired by a musical note he played on the violin.
Thanks for tuning in to our entertainment trivia quiz. We hope you were entertained and didn't find it too taxing. Until next time, keep your popcorn handy and your Netflix queue full. I'm Montgomery Jones.
And I'm Amalia Dupre. Good night for now, until we cross paths again tomorrow. This episode is produced by Classic Studios. See the show notes page for sources and credits. Check out our other podcasts in our network at classicstudios.com.